to silence and a pledge of allegiance to the flag. If you will stand, and Mr. Ridge is going to lead us in our pledge to the flag.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Begin tonight with our declaration of conflict per TCA 49-2-202. Board of Education members who have relatives per the statute. Relatives means spouse, parent, parent-in-law, child, son-in-law, daughter-in-law, grandparent, grandchild, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, nephew, niece, or any other person who resides in the same household as you, employed of the system. You're asked to raise your hand to identify yourself. You certify that the votes that you make tonight will be in the best interest of the school system, regardless of the effect that your vote may have upon the employment of your relative or relatives. If so, say, I do. I do. Thank you. A request to address the board. Ms. Casicarikas. Ms. Carikas, where are you? We welcome you. We're always glad to have folks to come and share with our Board of Education. We just have a couple of rules that we follow. First of all, we need to ask you to state your name and what you want to talk about tonight. You're to address all comments to the chair. You're not allowed to address any member of the staff of the Board of Education. You have 5 minutes, and our secretary, Ms. Blair, is going to time you, and you may begin now.
Thank you. My name is Cassandra Karikas, and I'm here to speak with some issues that are happening with Monroe Middle School. On August 15th, my son was wrongfully accused of something that he did not do. I went and picked him up. They suspended him for 3 days. They talked about sexual harassment charge at first, but they didn't do it. They put it on his record, his Skyward, for a harassment charge. The same day that he went home, one of the little girls had texted my son's phone on Snapchat and said, Kellen, I'm so sorry you did not do that. I gave a story to go along with it, so the other little girl did not get mad at us. And I'm sorry, we're going to make it right. We called the principal Friday morning, addressed him. He said, save that. I can use that as ammunition. Yes, sir, it's already saved. So come Friday, didn't hear nothing. That afternoon, later that night, the little girl that it had happened to, she texted my son's personal phone. Kellen, I'm so sorry you didn't do it. It wasn't you. I went and told the principals not to suspend you or do anything. I'm so sorry. I'm going to make this right. Screenshotted it. Kids started posting on Snapchat apologizing to my son because they know he did not do it. But yet the principal blamed my child when it was all brought to his face. Then we went and told him, the kids went and told him that they lied. He said he went and asked some boys in the classroom. And the boys' story stayed the same. Mind you, it's the same kids that bully my son and call him inappropriate names all the time. Okay, but the little girl that it happened to admitted that she lied. And you said that you threw those complaints out. So if those complaints are thrown out, there's no complaint to be held. So why was my son's suspension not uplifted and his Skyward cleared? Then I got told to have his Skyward cleared or to do any of this, and I have it on voice recording from the principal that I need to hire an attorney to have it removed, but I didn't have to hire one to have it put on there. My son was wrongfully accused of something, and I have all the proof, and I went to the police department, gave him everything, and he said, that is absolute harassment and bullying to your child, and he filed a report. We took it to the clerk's office. They wouldn't touch it. They told me I had to bring it here. I'm not a parent that is going to let things slide when it comes to my child, let alone any child. I'm not here standing just for my child. I'm standing for everybody's. I've had multiple parents come to me and say, hey, same things happened to my child and nothing was done. Well, I'm taking that stand, not only for my children, but for the next child that this is happening to, because it's not just mine that it's happening to. And it's sad that I have to come here and address this situation when all I asked was my son Skyward be cleaned and his suspension be uplifted. I sent all the screenshots and everything to everybody. The proof was in everybody's face in black and white. Wasn't good enough. It's still on my son Skyward, and he still dealt with that suspension. Now, the girls that lied, nothing happened to them. No punishment for making a false report, nothing. My son has been tormented. He's been bullied, been threatened. And when we told the principal, I got told kids will be kids. The same boy that depantsed my son in the hallway, there was nothing done. I had kids telling me, that kid never got a punishment. But that little girl that accused my son of doing that was her brother that depantsed my son. And my son got 3 days suspension. Meanwhile, he got depantsed in the middle of the hallway, and the kid that did it got nothing. How is that fair to my child? It's not. It's not fair at all. I'm not a bad parent. I get told multiple times I'm a wonderful parent, and they wish there was more parents like me to take a stand. When it comes to my children or anybody else's, I am that mama that will take that stand. I'm not here for anybody to like me because I don't care. I'm here for the mental health of my child and everybody else's. Their feelings matter to me. So if me coming and being mama bear because I'm frustrated and aggravated makes me a bad person, and for standing up for my kids or anybody else's kids is a crime, take me in for possession. Because this is not fair.
Ms. Creekage, your time has expired. We appreciate you coming, sharing your heart with us. And
Do I have to give this to anybody?
she has it, she says. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
(10-10-4), the recognition of the Tellico Plains High School Beta Club students. And Dr. Windsor, we refer to you.
We're gonna do this a little differently because every time I try to announce names and shake hands and hand out certificates, I end up shaking certificates and announcing hands and getting all mixed up. So I believe Jennifer Millsaps is going to call names. Do you have the list? Okay. And I'm going to come around, I can get there, and hand these out, and shake hands and congratulate these accomplishments. Thank you for being here. It's so wonderful. I was over here at the end of the workshop and saw all of these young people coming in. I was just excited to see that. This is the best part of the job, is to be able to celebrate what you do and what you accomplish. And we're so happy to have you here. We're so happy to be able to call your name, celebrate what you've done, and just give your hand for what you've accomplished. So your name is called, she'll share your name and what, I guess the entry was.
I will.
And
I will.
the designation, and you'll come up to me, you'll get a certificate, and I'll get to shake your hand.
And at the end, we have something for everyone, for all the school board members.
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh, well, a present.
Okay.
We didn't count on that.
Okay, the first awards are from our state convention from last November. Our students placed first place in robotics, and those students are Bryson Bivens, Destiny Davis, Grayson Davis, Micah Dyer, and he's not here, Levi Lethco, Zoe Self, Christian Talent, and they're both not here, and then Keegan Taylor. Okay, the next award that the students got was first place in club trading pin, and it was designed by Miss Kiera Warren and our club, and she's not present. The next we had first place in jewelry, and that was designed by Miss Riley Holman. Then first place in sculpture, Miss Hannah Grace Taylor. Okay, then we had second place in performing arts. It was a small group of 12. Miss Kinsley Bear, I don't think she's here. Addie Broad, Molly Fry, all those are not here. Jasper Hamilton. And then Riley Holman. Kylie Jenkins and Bailey Russell are not here. And then Keely Smith. Hannah Grace Taylor. Then we had Shelby Williams and Rylan Witt, and they are not here. And then Miss Gracie Yates. Next, we had fourth place in living literature, and that was Miss Janiah Alloway, Joey Croft, not here, Sophie Lee, Colt McJunkin, Harley Smith, Kiara Warren, and Miss Lily Ware. She is the one that's here. Miss Lily Ware is here. And then Bentley Woods, and he's not here. Then we had fourth place in engineering. And present are Mr. Levi Lethcole, and Miss Gracie Murphy. And also in that was Emily Basil, John Broad, and Aaliyah Dockery. Fourth place for accessorized design, and that was a club project. Ms. Hunt? We also had fifth place in two-dimensional design, and that was also a club project. And then we had a premier performer where this child was chosen to represent us at nationals from her performance at state, and that's Miss Riley Holman. And that was a total of 10 from the state that our students earned. And now to nationals in Savannah this past June. In nationals, they placed second place in engineering, and that present here is Mr. Levi Lethcole. And his other team members were Emily Basil, Addie Broad, Aaliyah Dockery, and Colt McJunkin. And then we had fifth place for our club trading pin, and that was a club project. Okay, we had sixth place for living literature, and And present is Miss Lily Ware for that, along with her, and she's present, but the others in it was Joey Croft, Sophie Lee, Colt McJunkin, and Bentley Woods. We had sixth place for accessorized design, and that was a club project. She skipped that one.
She did skip the picture. Yes, I said, well, really? Did you tell her she could skip it? Thank you. Would you like to tap dance?
And then we had 10th place in robotics, and that is Mr. Bryson Bivens. Grayson Davis. Levi Lethco. And Keegan Taylor. And not present is Miss Zoe Self and Christian Talent.
Let's
And-
give all this,
Go ahead.
let's give all this group a hand again, if you will. Mitch and Brian, y'all are kind of new. This group not only wins state awards every year, they win national awards. How well represented we are by this wonderful group of young people and the folks at Tellico Plains Junior High School. We're so proud of you. And I wish I could tell you what's in my heart. Riley, you design jewelry. My life would love to know you. And we're proud of all of you. Thank you so much for being here tonight. You made this a really good school board meeting. Thank you all so very much.
Okay, now we would like to give you guys a gift. We have brought, each of my kids have our state pin. It placed first place in the state, fifth place in the nation, and we want to give each of you a pin. So guys, if you
Very
just go
kind.
take them a pin, please. Okay.
Thank you so very much. Thank you.
And before we stop, I just want to give my parents a big thank you for bringing them to practice. This is a lot of work, and especially Miss Millsaps. She gives hours and hours. She gives Saturdays. They meet up there on Sunday. She does everything. I mean, it's countless hours. She doesn't get paid for anything. She volunteers, and this whole club, it's her heart. So we appreciate you, Miss Millsaps.
And I just wanted to say that I have worn this. I've had one of these. I was one of the first outsiders, I guess you'd say, to get one. And I have represented Tellico Plains Junior High and their accomplishments to many, many conferences and many of the things that I've traveled to across the state. I get asked about it tons of times because it gets your attention. It's a beautiful piece, and I'm always so proud to tell everyone where this came from. So thank you very much. Now I will wear one on each side.
Thank you all very much. Now we would like to recognize Miss Amy Phillips, teacher of Madisonville Intermediate School, Monroe County School Science Teacher of the Year. Amy, if you'll come forward. Thank you all very much.
So before we give Ms. Phillips this award, we just wanted to share some information about her time here with us and the reason that she's receiving such a high designation. She's been an educator for over 2 decades, and after a brief stint in 3rd grade, she focused the majority of her career on 5th grade math and science. She's maintained a level of effectiveness of 4 and 5. She's led her team as department and grade level chair. She served our tribe as a member of our leadership team tribal council, and these are the informational stats on Ms. Phillips that I'm about to give. The impact that she has had on their tribe goes well beyond these stats. She is a patient and caring teacher that is there to help build the foundation for students' future in middle school. She guides in a soft but direct voice that allows students to know that she loves them. She believes teaching is more than a job and tries to impart a love of learning to her students. While serving as both science and math teacher, she's helped open the world of science to her classes. When being asked which teacher for Science of the Year, Ms. Phillips comes quickly to mind, and she is worthy of any accolades we can extend to her. 2 words sum up Ms. Phillips' years of teaching: well done. I extend this nomination of Ms. Phillips as the Science Teacher of the Year for Madisonville Intermediate Tribe Nation. And those are words that came from her administrator, her coworkers, and her team. And I couldn't agree more. I was blessed to teach with her years ago. I know that's hard to believe. She looks so young, but I am honored to present this to her. It's well deserved. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ms. Phillips. On behalf of the entire board, we congratulate you and we thank you for what you mean to our kids and the wonderful job you're doing. Item 10-6 is the approval of consent and regular agenda. Before we do this, we need to amend the agenda in that we are supposed to receive tonight from Dr. Strickland a TISA report. We're required to do this. She's required to present it to us. It does not require any action on our part. We just want to give her time to come and share with us these findings. Is there any objection to adding this to the agenda, new business 10-10-9A? Anyone object to that? Hearing no objection, by common consent, it is so ordered. Now we're ready to have a motion related to approving our consent and regular agenda. Motion by Mark and second by Joe. Any question or discussion? Yes, sir.
These are a lot of good donations. We might need to remind people that when they make these donations to these schools, whether it's building a building or donating a lawnmower or a golf, whatever it is, that becomes the property of Monroe County. So, you know, if anybody's feelings is hurt or anybody gets fired, these donations, the property stays with the county. And they need
When
to
it's
be.
donated, because it's donated to the county. You're correct
It's
about
not
that.
donated to any individual. If it is, it becomes county property.
And I might also inform the board, to Dr. Windsor and I have had discussions, that as we receive these donations, we need to send an acknowledgement and note of gratitude from the Monroe County Board of Education to those who are making these donations to us. And we're in the process of looking at that as well. The motion before us tonight is to adopt the consent agenda and the regular agenda. Are you ready to vote? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed by no? And the ayes have it. 10-10-7, approve of October 2024 budget amendments. Are your motion related to this?
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Is there a second? We have a motion and a second. Now we're ready for questions or discussions related to our budget amendments. Shelley, do you have any comment about this?
No.
You ready to vote? The motion before us is to approve the 2024, October 24 budget amendments. If you favor this motion, would you please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no? The ayes have it, and the motion carried. 10-10-8, approval of the minutes of the September 12, 2024 regular board meeting. Do I have a motion related to this? We have a motion, we approve the minutes. We have a second. Any question or discussion? You may speak for or against the motion. Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. And the ayes have it, and the motion carries. We come now to new business, 10-10-9, Approval of contract with Tennessee Education Cooperative for contracted behavioral science services for qualifying students with disabilities for the 2024-2025 school year. Do I hear a motion? We have a motion to be approved. Is there a second? Second. Motion and a second. Any question or discussion related to this? Dr. Windsor, you have a comment about this? Pray that you're there. You have anything?
This is just to provide some additional support for our schools for students with disabilities who have some pretty extreme behavior problems, to have someone from outside come in and provide some guidance and consultation in situations that.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions or discussion? The motion before us is to approve the contract with Tennessee Education Cooperative for contracted behavioral services for qualifying students with disabilities for the 2024-2025 school year. If you favor this motion, would you please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no? And the ayes have it, and the motion carries. Now we come to item 10-10-9A. We'll recognize Dr. Leanne Strickland now to present to us the TISA report.
So, reminding you that TISA stands for Tennessee Investment in Student Achievement. Once we implemented the TISA funding formula, the state requires us to submit this report each year to show how we're using our TISA funds to invest in student achievement, specifically with third grade English language arts, and then with a math goal and a ready graduate goal. So the state's objective or goal is for 70% of students in the third grade to be proficient on the ELA TCAP by 2028. So a year ago, we had to come up with a plan for how we were going to achieve that goal as a district. And this is something every district in the state had to come up with a plan for. And I think I said to you a year ago, this is a pretty unrealistic goal. Based on the data that we have, not just in Monroe County, but in the entire state of Tennessee. But indeed, we have to create a plan, so we have one here. And you can see, if you will just turn, and I'm not going to go through the whole plan for you. You have it, and you can review it. But for ELA third grade, and that is just strictly for third graders, we are at currently 29.8% on track, or meeting or exceeding expectations, which is well below 70%. But we do have a trajectory to get to 70% in the next 4 years. So our one-year goal will be for 56% of students to be meeting or exceeding expectations in 2025. So that's our goal, and you can see we had to specifically say what we've done to accomplish our goal in the last year, and what we are doing in the current year to continue working toward that goal. The one thing that is not on your paper, because it's a new initiative that we've just started here in the county, is our literacy investment initiative, and that's based on a state recommendation to have more collaboration among different departments for special populations, with students with disabilities, with English learners, with intervention students who are in intervention, and then general ed. We all collaborate all the time. This is the best team I've ever been on, but we are being more intentional about collaborating on professional development, professional learning communities, and making sure we're all on the same page to get to this goal. So that's a new addition on this plan that you don't see in front of you. But beyond that, of course, we have our high-quality instructional materials, our instructional coaching, our curriculum supplements. We're trying to find out from teachers anything they need that we can invest in to help them get students on track. So any questions about the ELA part of that?
Did the state give you the 70% goal?
Yes, sir.
Did that come from the legislature, or do you know?
Yes, sir.
Thought so.
And Leanne, I do have in my report, an explanation of the literacy investment initiative, so.
Perfect.
We'll be given that tonight, even
Excellent.
though it's not in front of them.
Excellent. So moving on to math, our target is a little bit lower in math. We want to get to 56% of students in all grades. So this is grades 3 through 12 to be meeting or exceeding expectations on their TCAP or end-of-course test. Our 2024 goal was 40%, and we did not meet that goal. But we are very confident that we'll see a much better number this year. Our curriculum was brand new last year. There was a major learning curve for teachers and students with the new curriculum. It had been a long time since we'd had new math curriculum. So we've done a lot of support. We've done a lot of just making sure everyone understands how to use the materials, to have what they need in front of them, and adequate training. Alicia Conley has spearheaded the High Quality Instructional Materials Initiative for math. And so we feel pretty good about where we are with that now. So we're hoping for a big jump in 2025 with our math scores. And then last, the positive number is in our Ready Graduate goal. We did exceed that by quite a bit for Ready Graduates. We had a goal of, for 2024, we had a goal of 39.3% of our graduates to be Ready Graduates, and we achieved 47.1%. So that's well on the way toward our ultimate goal of 54.3% in 2028. So we're thrilled with that number. That's a lot in contribution to the CTE advancements, dual enrollment opportunities, dual credit opportunities, industry certifications. So it's really good to see that hard work pay off in that category, because what that says, the definition of a ready graduate is a student who's ready to leave high school and either go into the workforce or go into a post-secondary college or university or technical school and get on a good path toward a career, not just a job, but a career. So we're excited with that. We're going to keep doing what we're doing and keep getting better there with, more attempts to make sure students know what they want to do and then give them the tools to get there. Any questions about that part? So this plan will be out for public opinion for the next couple of weeks. We'll have it on our social media and on our website so that anybody can look at it and give us feedback. If you all go home and think of something you think we should add or take out of here, email me anytime. We're going to keep this as a working document for probably until October 24th, 2 weeks from today. It is due to the state on November 1st, so we will get it submitted by then. But that's why I had to jump on the agenda tonight, because we don't have another board meeting before November 1st. So thank you, Dr. Shootman, for accommodating that.
I know that what's being asked of you and our educators is daunting.
Yes.
Can I take about 1 minute to encourage you? I've been reading about a young woman in Pakistan who was riding on a bus, and a man from the Taliban got on and shot her in the head because a girl dared to go to school. She had a long recovery, came out as a spokesman for education, and in 2014, at age 17, was granted the Nobel Peace Prize. I've been reading some of the things she wrote, and one thing that sticks with me, she wrote, one book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. We want to do everything we can to give you the materials you need to work with. And we have all the confidence in our teachers, and change is going to be made.
Yes.
It's going to change our world. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. All right. Thank you.
We come now to old business, 10-10-10. We turn to Dr. Windsor for her report.
So we've included a little more in tonight's report because we did want to go over the Literacy Investment Initiative. This is one of the times that you get to hear all of the work that is being done throughout our schools and in our classrooms. And as Dr. Shootman said, it is daunting what our teachers do every day, but they do it with heart and they do it with love for our students. Our district enrollment stands at 4,919 students for K through 12, and that is 2 less than last month, but that is well up there to what we used to be a couple of years ago, if you recall. So I am so happy to report those numbers. Our pre-K students, with our pre-K students added to that number, our total enrollment is 5,020 students. As we begin this school year, the state has not changed any of the 3rd through 5th grade promotion or retention guidance requirements. Some data I can provide is that half of our students, current 4th graders, were promoted to 4th grade with the required tutoring, and only 2 students were retained in 3rd grade. I obviously cannot talk tonight. So that is some information based on the newest legislation that we've been dealing with. Our literacy investment initiative, beginning in 2020, our district began our mission to improve literacy by adopting and investing in our first ever round of K through 12 ELA high-quality instruction materials. We call that HQIM. Obviously, you see why. During this implementation, we have also hosted foundational literacy skills training for all of our K through 5 teachers. We have used daily the Tennessee Foundational Skills Supplement in grades pre-K through 2. We received the 2-year ELN, which is Early Literacy Network grant, for additional foundational training and support provided by School Kit. We've partnered with the East Core ELA consultant for literacy walks and IPG tool support, lesson prep, and unit prep guides. We've created a district team of lead ELA teachers, and that includes training, mentoring, leading PLCs, conducting literacy walks, providing extra support within their schools. We've also provided district ELA expectations and resources for grades pre-K through 12. We've implemented our state-approved foundational literacy skills plan. We've worked to build collaborative PLCs among grade levels, grade bands, and vertical grade spans. And this year we will also strive to unsilo all departments to ensure collaboration among all areas, and that means regular education, exceptional education, RTI, ELL, CTE, school counselors, and school tutoring. Providing literacy law promotion, retention training, and support for our school teams has also been a priority. We provided additional NIET training for ELA and math teachers and school administrators to make those connections between IPG and Team Rubric. We've joined the ELN 2.0 cohort, and that's district and team-led teachers who will attend and then redeliver K through 2 training. District team has joined the TDOE's Acceleration for All initiative. We will continue to do school-level PLCs with a focus on data, intellectual prep, and student work analysis. And we will also continue learning walks, mentoring, coaching, and support. All of that is in an effort to continue to move our students forward and to increase achievement. So I can assure you that regardless of what those numbers say, whether the numbers are high or whether the numbers are low, the same thing is happening every day in our schools, and that is that our teachers are trying to meet the needs of our students to the best of our ability. And that is what we will continue to strive to do. As far as school news, for the last month, a couple of big items to mention in our high schools. TPHS CTE hosted a fun day for all 2nd grade students in the county, and this was the first ever of such an event. And it was so, I've heard nothing but positive things. Students enjoyed a hayride, a corn maze in the shape of Tennessee, decorating a pumpkin, a petting zoo, a hay play fort, and a free t-shirt. So I would like to thank all of our CTE teachers and students at Tellico High School for this fabulous fall activity. Everyone who attended, both from, whether it be from the schools outside of the Tellico area, people at central office, it was a wonderfully attended and received event, so thank you for that. Sequoia High School also had a 30-year fall celebration. That was in the form of a festival, and they celebrated the 30th year of Sequoia High School. Faculties and students had a grand reunion that included the fall carnivals for students with games, activities, a selfie spot, food vendors, good fellowship with past students and current students. And Sweetwater High School is participating in a community pumpkin decorating contest. Those will be brought to Sweetwater High School on 10/29 to be judged for prizes. Another event at tomorrow night's game is called Passing Down the Wildcat Spirit, and our Sweetwater City kindergartners will come to the game, walk on the field, and speak to a senior who will give them Wildcat memorabilia, such as a cup, football, or megaphone. So lots of wonderful things, as always, going on in all of our schools, in each school community. And once again, it's just our honor and privilege to work with these fine folks. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Windsor. Anyone have a question, comment for Dr. Windsor? Make just a quick comment to the board. We're going to change our seating arrangements starting next month. I've found through the years that you get to know the people you're seated next to. Freddie and Joe and I kind of seated next to each other. We know each other better. And I get a chance to talk to them. I don't get a chance to talk to John and Mark and Sharon, folks on the other end. So we think just get a chance to get to know each other, that where you're seated tonight, next month you won't be seated there. We'll switch it around each month so you can sit with new people. And I'm not gonna ask for any objections. If I proposed this to the church, they would fire me, but I'm just telling you, that's what we're gonna do. Do I hear a motion that we be adjourned?
Make a motion with adjourn.
Thank you, Mr. Ridgefield. Is there a second? So, not debatable. All in favor say aye. Aye. And we're adjourned.